Hello everybody, how are you? I think we're live. I do beg your pardon. Yeah, we're looking good. How's everything going? I've set it to a slightly lower latency than the last KSP live stream, so hopefully we can chat in something a bit more like real time. Hello! Everybody's okay-ish. All right. I do beg your pardon. Sorry about the slight delay. I was still eating again, just like last week's stream. I've still got most of a cinnamon whirl here, which I'm sure I'll be chewing on throughout the stream. Right, let's get going. Yeah, you can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Let's just go into my sandbox save. Delicious, it is. We went shopping today. There's no toilet rolls. There's no tin tomatoes. There's no hand soap. So, yay. Yay this country. Internet went down for 2 minutes. For some reason the router turned off. I'm obviously back up now, which is good news. So yes, first thing I wanted to do. So hello to everybody in the chat. So Dunamis, Ghost, Kaizen, Tyr, Lightning Sheep, Dark Fox, Rohan Vij, Richard, Ghost. I've done you. Dunamis, I've done. Yes, hello to everybody. 10 concurrent viewers. The Archer. The Archer. I don't think I've got the Archer. Give me a second. Let me just have a quick rummage. Sorry, we just lost the thing, lost the window. Let's. Let me just go grab that. Show in folder. Right, so we want you over there. We are going to want you over here. And let's get you. I don't think I'd put you in there at the moment. It's buried. It'll be buried somewhere in amongst the rest of my craft files. I've got somewhere in a folder specifically for season 3 of Fighter Subscriber. I'm just going to have to lose the window again. Sorry about this. There we go. Imperator X3B2. Yes, Kaizen has been improving the Imperator after last time, even after the beastly showing of the stream 2 weeks ago. So yeah, that's going to be a fair bit of competition for season 3 of Fighter Subscriber. Latency looks like it's still quite high, because at the moment I'm still faffing about with the file transfer. That's not good news. So yes, last time I did. Let me cancel that. So if I go to, let me just check to see that has actually come in fine. The MRI. Yes. Let's have a look at that little thing. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, I'll give that Imperator a run for his money. I hope so. That'll be something to see, if that's the quality of the fighters for the next season. I did say in the stream description we were going to go through the mailbag, the mini moose. I did say we'd go through the mailbag first, so we'll start with that. So what do we have to start with? We have... it's down here somewhere. Craft incompatible. Oh, you son of a... Excuse me, just going to have to hack that a second. Let's not do that. Oop. I can get rid of you now. Needs antlers when that gave me an idea. What version of the game are you running? I'm running 1.7.3. Hello, dear S Gamer. SU57 Felon. Let's have a look at you. Oh, that's quite a nice rendition. That is quite a nice rendition of that. I like that. You've got the NMB parts on here, I see. Yeah, so this is the first item from our mailbag. Richard's SU57, which let's go take that out for a bit of a test drive. Actually, what are the action groups? Switch mode, fire countermeasure. Okay, I think they get the gist. It's the outdated SU57. Oh man, italics don't work. Oh, sadly not. Never mind, saw that hack. We can do it. I sent you an updated version of it. I think this is the updated version. Unless you're seeing something which makes you think it isn't. So what do we got there? We got the Saturns on the back. Let's see how this thing flies. Okay, that's looking good so far. Not the sharpest in the turn, but certainly manoeuvrable enough. Let's try doing the old figure of eights around the... Ooh, it's not liking that. I mean, it's got a lot of wing area. It does have a lot of missiles on it, which is not going to help the... It's not going to help its manoeuvrability, but it's a good-looking craft. It's needs a bit more. What are these set up to do? They don't seem to be doing anything much. Inactive, inactive, inactive. Let's go stick this back in the spaceplane hangar. Let's go and try and tune this up. 1-to-1 scale looks massive. Oh wait, it flies really well. Yep, what's the difference between the Saturn engine versus the regular stock jet engine? The Saturn engines are massively more powerful. They're lighter, they're more powerful, they've got better fuel efficiency, which kind of... nope, that is the old craft file. Ah. Yes, gamer. Boom and zoom much. Damn, it looks huge. Let me go see if I can find your the updated version. So where are you? Okay, improved SU57 design. Let's just... No, I should be able to do this. Okay, let's... Let's download you and show you in full. No, that's not. Ah! It's the PNG. That's the. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, that's better. Download spaceplane hangar SU-57 stock. I'm gonna have to. Ugh. Gonna lose the window again a second, and we're back. Discord when? Yes, well, a little while ago. Let's see. Contains locked or invalid parts. Super flanker body. I've got NMB installed. Why is that not showing up? My BF109 on the Steam Workshop has like 350-ish all-time subscribers. I have an F14 and F15 and SU27 on there as well. Yeah, send the BF109 in for fighter subscriber. That'd be fantastic. Stuka with a £500 bomb. PE8 with a nuke. Season 4 of FAS should be World War II planes with aviator arsenal and a point system of armour from Fall of Kerbal. Discord, when working on it, was going to be a surprise. I was going to say now that Junamoose, because Junamoose kindly offered to set up a Discord for the channel, and I haven't had a chance to talk to him about it because it's been just ridiculously busy in this house at the moment. We're just going to have to roll with the F-57 Felon for the moment. I was going to take Junamoose up on his kind offer should it still stand, or if Ghost wants to do it, that's fine as well. But yeah, I think where's the centre of mass? Let's tune this up. Oh, these will be well in front of the centre of mass. Okay, let's make these active with pitch, and we're going to want to, because they're leading edge, we're going to want to. Can you get to 100? Oh, you stupid thing. Yep, and I'm going to do Elevon 0. This doesn't have a lot of roll authority either, so I'm going to do the same with these outer leading edge control surfaces. These, let's whack those up to 150. You're inactive for pitch. You could probably do a bit of pitching, actually. Oh, I see. Pitch is active on these, and then pitch and roll for these. Okay. Oh, I'm going to make a note of that for Ghost's Discord thingy. One. Planes out of the sky. Right, so this, I mean, that is in front of the centre of mass, but not by much. Let's just go see what these improvements do. Junamoose, too busy to do it. I know that feeling. Yeah, I apologise for the lack of the regular videos, guys. I really am sorry. It's just been ridiculously busy around here, and something else has happened which I can't let you into at the moment, but I will be telling you about very, very shortly. It's some exciting news, which has kind of added to the stuff on my plate at the moment. But there is light at the end of the tunnel at the moment. So I'm hoping that we will be able to get back to a more regular upload schedule very shortly. Yeah, it is. Let's see what happens once we get this going like this. Now, just check I've done that right. Yeah, those are now. I don't want you. No. Oh, we're going quite fast now, aren't we? Oopsie daisy. Should get that gear in. Okay, that's made some improvements. By the way, if you are using sort of leading edge control surfaces, you will need to sort of flip the control authority, make the control authority negative. Otherwise, it's just going to do the opposite of what you want it to do. And should have a still not quite as much roll authority as I'd like. But yeah, this is the first item from the mailbag. We've got one other thing to look at. Is Joshua Platts in at the moment? Oh my god. Oh, no. No, my mouse has stopped working. Oh god. I'll do... Ah! My mouse has stopped working. Oh, you little son of a... The batteries are run out. Why now? Yeah, still needs a bit more roll authority. Hold on a second. Ah, where's the charger? Okay. I'll do... There we go. So you go in there. Good stuff. You go in there. Okay. What's happening? Quality makes up for the lack of quantity. Yes. Thank you for that, guys. But I would like to get uploading a bit more regularly now. Wait, are there restrictions on the BF109 like mods and so on? There are some restrictions. You'll need to look at my most recent, the Fighter Subscriber Season 2 Final. If you can look at that in the description, there's a list of the rules for the fighter craft. We're actually sending a BF 109, yes if I can. I think I'm out of the loop here. Oh, a propeller craft. Oh, I see. Camera is unfocused, by the way. Really? Is it particularly blurry, or? It's looking okay from my end. I mean, the lighting's not great. In fact, it might help. What might help? So I just turn this off. And how's that? That's not much better, actually, is it? I'm getting a bit more light on this side, but it's just, that looks dark as hell. Ugh. Jets versus props plane. Yeah, I think it's just the lighting where the lighting's not ideal. I need to get some sort of light source over here, just so that it sort of lights up this side of my face, because it's not ideal at the moment. Or if I'm doing this in the day, obviously it won't matter because the window's like there. So, but at the moment it's not great. Okay, so we've tuned this up. It's a little bit more. I think if we just get like this one as well, set that to, so if we, yeah, that's some more, a little bit more roll authority there and some leading edge control surfaces. Still not a huge amount, but we've made as I said, made some improvements. So if you do have leading edge, if you are going to use leading edge control surfaces, that's basically how you should make sure that they work, how to tune them up. Like these front ones here, they're sort of well in front of the centre of mass, so I use them for pitch. These ones just back here on the front of the wing, a bit behind them, they're getting a bit close to the centre of mass. They're going to so they're going to add quite a lot of drag without really adding much turning moment, so I left those alone for the time being. But yeah, I like this craft. Yeah, it's looking a little bit more robust at the moment. Let's revert this to launch. Ghostsmith, my nickname for him. More cinnamon well on. Actually, let's revert this to the space plane hangar. Let's do, so we've done those, let's bring this in, let's just make that. Let's make this the Felon B. No, the Felon E. Because I'm hilarious. Is that everybody suggesting the Felon E before I did it? Because I'm only just seeing that now. It's the chat's just coming through because I've got this on low latency, not the super low latency. So is that in response to me doing that and it being an absolutely terrible joke, or well, we'll have to see. Let's just disappointment. Oh, burn. RCS allowed for jets. I don't see it in the rules as allowed or not. RCS. I mean, I don't think that's particularly effective in the atmosphere. Shall we do a fight with this with the SU-57? I'm thinking just like a 2v2 quickly. Yeah, all right. Let's now let's get Valentina on your side as well. Let's just roughly line some up. What You want to see it versus the Archer? Right, the science guy. Having a good weekend, I hope. It's not been too bad so far. So many craft. Yes. At the moment, I need to trim that down. I need to kind of like archive a few of them. Just make sure I'm going to put this in roughly the same, roughly level. That should do. We could put it up against the Archer. I was thinking one of my own craft, and then we'll have a look at the Archer later. But if you want to have a look at that, we can do. Let's what was it? MRI 2. Let's get Richmal Kerman. So this isn't a mailbag craft. This is actually a Fighter Subscriber Season 3 submission. So this is this is not quite like for like, but it allows us to have a good bit of a look at Juna Moose's old craft there. Let's just place you. It's a drone, isn't it? So I don't need to do anything. So craft you be surprised. How long have you been playing KSP? Oh, God knows. So like 0.2 point something or other. I can't remember exactly what. McKenna's been on so many jets in this channel. Yeah, because I've just like spawned a load of new Kerbals to be able to fight. Load of new pilots to be able to like fight in their craft, and then when it comes time to actually do things like fight a subscriber, I just end up going back to the same Kerbals because they're sort of in the same place in the list. That will probably do it. BD Armory, vessel switcher. You want to be on the other side. And we want to. That's loud. We're just going to lose the window again. I'm just going to turn that down my end. I don't have to be shouting and everyone is going, why is he shouting? That's going to be the Saturn engine as well, so I'm just going to turn down the desktop audio in the stream a little bit. Okay. Can you change the flag of that craft when using vessel move to spawn it? You have, yes. It's going to be more than 2,500 hours because there was a period when I just wasn't launching it through Steam and I played quite a lot then, so it's going to be much more than that. It's like, as I said, 0.20 something point something. Right, I think we are all. Let's get rid of vessel mover. Everybody's looking good. Everyone armed and ready. All right, let's get into a bit of a. Well, I don't know what's going on in the cockpit there, but I shan't pry too much. Yeah, let's get this one going. Oh. I forgot to quick save. So the Su-57s, we should be keeping a close eye on the Archers really, because they are the new. So is Kerbal field weaponry good for the fighter subscriber? I haven't looked. I've actually downloaded the Kerbal field weaponry, but I haven't taken too close a look at it. The general rule is, if it's overpowered compared to its compared to the BD Armory equivalent, talking about weapons here, then that's not permitted. But if it's otherwise, it should be fine. Juna Moose, what's their default altitude? We should have a season where it's 2 planes and a flat truck. Interesting thought. Everybody dodging missiles. These things look interesting. 4,000's the default altitude. Do they have an altitude floor? Because I've seen that's kind of proved problematic for some craft. In that, is that debris? That looked like one of the Su-57s took a bit of a knock, but I think they're actually fine. Out of AMRAAMs, out with the Vulcans. Oh, where's the other? Where's the other archer? Something just exploded. Oh. The other archer looks like, yeah, missile casualty. That missile's going very close. And that's one of the felons absolutely shredded, and it's back to 1-on-V1. Where's the other felon? Oh, other felon has the only remaining healthy archer in its sights. It's gonna take some tight manoeuvring for the archers to pull it back from here. Although it looks like they're up to the task. Turns it round in a second. Min altitude is higher than most. Oh, that's gonna be it, surely. No. Taking a bit of a scorching. I assume Jebediah lost mostly weapons there. But he's going to try and come about. This is a robbery. So they don't crash, yeah. Oh, look at that gunfire. Yeah, the Archer got a better turning circle than the Su-57. It's just which one manages to use it the most. It's the Su-57's turn to lay down a bit of gunfire at the moment, it looks like. There go the guns. The Archer should have the manoeuvrability to get out of this situation. Just needs to shake that Su-57. Doesn't look like he's doing it at the moment. Jebediah Kerman laying more guns in. Sending the BF-109, what do you do? Well, it's mostly a fighter jet competition. Oh, the Archer spins out. Or was it a clever ploy? It can now easily get behind the Su-57 if it gets its arse in gear. It's down there. It's down. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, the AI can be weird at times, but no! Is it a joust? It's a bit of a joust. I think the Archer, yeah, goes flying past. I think this is the first fighter craft I've seen that rarely drops below 200 meters per second. I mean, it's quite impressive. Oh, that has got to hurt. Actually, lost some wing surface, lost some control surfaces, and it's looking like it might well be the Archer's day today. Gunfire rains in. Is that four Vulcan cannons on the Oh. And you are out of here. Yeah, let's say Juno is how many Vulcans are on the 4? Yeah, thought so. So yeah, congratulations to the Archer. That was a reasonably good victory. Now it's just Jebediah trying to pilot this thing down to the ground. It's the archer comes in to try and just make sure. No, that was fatal. Is it possible to implement machine learning to be the Armory AI? That would be interesting, although it's just how do you train it? You'd have to, I mean, training it would be difficult because you just need lots and lots of data, and it's, you know, you'd need to do hundreds of. I mean, you'd have. I'm thinking about this. You'd have to like train it a little bit somehow, and then just sort of fine tune it. Pitch roll he-yaw. I'm sorry, I was thinking of ejecting Jeb, but you know. Fortunately, I have the power of reincarnation, power of resurrection. And he's fine. So an interesting fight, an interesting craft. I'm sorry this wasn't the most up-to-date file. I don't know why it won't load the most up-to-date file, because I do have NMB installed. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not showing up those other parts. Right, let's get back to the spaceplane hangar. What important mods do you normally use besides for the BD Armory stuff? There's let's see if I can bring up the that's the current install for BD Armory stuff. That doesn't need to be in there. That's just the paint pack I was using for the Christmas special. I mean, the only thing I'd say about World War II craft is I'm not sure of a decent mod, because Fire Spitter at the moment is a bit of a buggy mess, and I've seen some other propeller craft mods. Me finds this while searching for music. The YouTube algorithm. I searched copper and found gold. Ah, bless you, lol avocado. Good to have you aboard. Yeah, so Fire Spitter's a buggy mess, and yeah, so I've always wanted to do like a World War II fighter showdown thing, but as I said, with no up-to-date mods that don't need fixing, I think difficult. Where do we send submissions? You send it to sonofsmithgames, all one word, at gmail.com. Airplane Plus, yep. Anyway, screenshot that if you really want to look. I will get Airplane Plus. Does this have... Oh, it does have props. Huh. I will have to have a look at those. Sorry, I was wondering what you're talking about there for a second. Yeah, I've got Airplane Plus installed. What's... KX provides propellers, I think. Okay, yes, second, well, I suppose third now item in the mailbag for today is Joshua Platts. I don't think he's here. But we'll do this nonetheless, and he can. I'll tell him about it, and he can watch it back. Joshua Platz has sent me this interesting looking craft, which he asked me to arm and fly. Does that play no, so I can find out what I need to improve? Feel free to change things if need be. Okay, gang, we've had a request. Let's work out what's wrong with this craft and what needs changing. Do we have action groups? Well, let's just switch mode there. Let's get... yeah, because this is I think this is a subscription thing through my Steam Workshop, so I can just save a local version and that won't overwrite it. Weird XP54 Ascender. Let's look at the crew. Jebediah will be fine for this one. I do like an unconventional craft. For anybody who's seen the my Dragonfly family of fighters, you'll you'll probably know that. So Joshua, if you're watching this back, I'd probably go for the smaller landing gear on the front. No problems with just using the smaller landing gear there. I haven't looked. I didn't look at the stability characteristics. That's the other thing I didn't do. Let's fire up that engine. That's just a standard Panther. Let's go give this a go, see how this performs. And with that slant, actually, I could just, it just takes off by itself. Okay, good stuff. Ooh. Well, it rolls pretty well. I messed that one up. Oh, there's the... Let's just redo that one, shall we? Do you want me to send it? How small can you make a fighter and still have it be deadly? Very, very small. I think I got the minimum now. 700 kilograms dry. Mr. Streamer want me to send it. Yes. Yes, please. Yeah, problem with my planes is they roll too well. Make the wings bigger. Let's go try for some more figure of eights. The roll authority on this is ridiculous. I think these look like they're set to both pitch and roll. Oh. Roll authority good, pitch authority not quite so good. I mean, those don't look like they're going full tilt. Let's go back to the space plane. Hang on, what's going on with the let's look at what's going on with the center of mass and center of lift. So this is pitch and roll. Everything's standard there. We've got this. I'm going to take that off of roll. I'll take this off of everything but yaw, and in fact I'm going to take these off of yaw altogether. going to take you off of roll and yaw. Right. Oh, hello. Yeah, centre of lift that far behind the centre of mass. That's too stable. XF1 Gladius, can you please try it? Check fuel placement. Yeah, we kind of need to... So that's the structural fuselage. That's the structural fuselage. That's the liquid fuel at the back. Wait, what? Huh. I'm gonna undo that. Take off you. We're still left with this, which is attached to there. Oh. So I'm gonna have to sort of reconstruct this. Let's look for fuel tanks. You and where were you? You were right towards the back, weren't you? Let's start piecing this together and we'll work out where everything has to go. So you were about there. Let's start moving these wings forward a bit, actually, because we need to bring that centre of lift much closer to that centre of mass. I might actually keep this back here almost as a separate tailplane, just to keep the control authority as high as possible. And that, I think we'll keep that like that, and you will just be... Oh, it's lost all the... Oh, sodding hell. You are just going to be for pitch. You are just going to be for pitch. You are not for your... You are not for your... Okay. So it's kind of looking at a different craft now. And let's split the fuel evenly between these two tanks, so it should drain at pretty well. No, actually, we want the mass as far back as possible. How are we doing? I've still got that on, haven't I? We want the mass as far back as possible. So if we do, yeah. So I don't know why I was worried about getting the fuel back there, because we want the mass back here. Huh. Well done, me. And I think I will switch. I think I am going to switch this one out for more regular. Get rid of that one first, though. Okay, let's give this a try. Does anyone know where Mark Zero tailwinds come from? Tailwinds, I think they're stock. Sorry, just tails. Move the lower tail crane forward. Front canals have hardly any lift and authority. I think they come in the same pack as the MK0 Junior liquid fuel tanks. I mean, they're not the advanced canals. They're not phenomenal. They've got decent authority. I mean, can up that to 150 if we want. But they are on the pitch, so that should help with things. Let's go see. Oh, for goodness sake. Jeb, get in. No, Jeb. Let's give Valentina a turn. You got my craft in the mail? Which craft was that, Legged Lack? I've received a ton of craft. Yeah, season 3 of Fighter Subscriber is going to be interesting. It's one of the reasons I'm trying to get this streaming going is because we're going to need to do a preliminary round, and I want to do it sort of on stream, if at all possible. The P13 fork. Okay, yeah, that's much more responsive. So if you're watching this back, Joshua, this is my suggestions for improvements to this craft. If you've got BD Armory, I'd probably, seeing as it's a single engine craft, I'd probably stick one of the Saturn engines on the back there, because that will just give it that extra bit of kick. And I think you've got yourself the basis for a pretty decent fighter here, actually. Yeah, that's got much more authority to it. It just needs a smidge more power behind it now, just to give it that extra bite. Still got plenty of roll authority. I mean, I know we turned off some of the surfaces for roll, but it still rolls very quickly. Okay, good stuff. Does anyone have any other suggestions for Joshua's craft whilst we're here? Whilst I can once we can sort of relay them to him at some point. Yeah, that's flying beautifully now. As I said, just needs a little bit more power, and we'll be on to we'll be on to a winner. You got the craft in the mail. P13 fork, I sent it like 3 minutes ago. Well, I'll have a look at that, because we also I notice it's drifting in the turn a lot, so that might be a wing surface thing. Yeah, it can get quite a high angle of attack. It doesn't seem to be too bad. I mean, it might be when it's going really fast. Let's just try and yeah, it's not got a ridiculous amount of wing area, so there's gonna be a bit of drifting, but it's not too bad, you know. As I said, it's certainly much better than it was when we got it. Replace the front canards, add Saturn, mini biplane, add its behind. Only use advanced canards or big ailerons for wing surfaces. Don't bother with level 2 tails. He's flying higher. Yes, anyway. I am the king of the sky. You're forgiven, Junimus. Yes. Preliminary. Yes, there's going to have to be a preliminary round because the actual fights itself, I'm going to want to keep the standard video ones to 12 regular rounds again. So there's going to need to be some kind of preliminary round just to narrow the field down. So what that's probably going to look like is I will be streaming something, and it's probably going to be close to yeah, it's probably going to be close to 30 craft by this point, and I need to whittle them down to 12. So we're going to need to have some kind of preliminary competition going on there, because otherwise I want to get as many involved in some way, shape or form as is possible. So probably something like I don't know, a Saturday I'd pick out 5 craft, I chuck them up against, I'm thinking my Cyclones, because those recently retired from active service in the actual proper fights, but I think we'll just send them up in a series of 2v2s against the Cyclones and see how they perform, and we'll we'll whittle the 5 down to 2, and then they'll go through. Let's just go. Here's Valstrax's theme playing. Some of the music requests I get on here, I just want to go and say, oh yeah, we'll stick that on quickly, but then it's like, oh no, we've got it's the sodding copyright issues, isn't it? The Xerxes. Let me see what else I've got. Let's go into here. I'm just going to try and see if I can find Kerbal Space Program, BD Armory, Fighter Subscriber, Season. No, it's going to be in here, isn't it? XF1 Gladius. Game data. Saves, sandbox, ships, SPH. Let's get the XF1 Gladius in here. Let's get show in folder. Let's get the Xerxes. Oh god, Xerxes. I don't know how you'd pronounce that. Timey, that's another one. Who's the other one who was asking me to look at theirs? Project Velocity, hello! The P13 fork. Cerastes Interceptor by Timey. I sent him one only minutes ago, yes. I can't see the P13 fork. And it's not in my spam folder. Huh. Let's take a look at the Cerastes by Timey. There we go. No, I don't know what's happened, Legged Lack. I haven't got it yet. Son of Smith Games. at gmail.com. Did I say gaming earlier? It's Son of Smith Games, all of one word, at gmail.com. Revert flight to Spaceplane Hangar. The F-56 Xerxes is dummy thick, but it flies well. What was people saying? So the P-13 Fork was the thing we're on about. Hopefully we've given Joshua lots to think about with regards to improving this craft, though. I think we've managed a reasonably significant upgrade just doing what we've done so far. Connor K, hello. Sorry, I didn't notice you slip in there. Router rip. Too much networking. Did I? Oh, I said games. Okay. Let's have a quick look at. I'll check back on that in a second. So what do we have? Let's take a look at this F-56. The Nicture 55. Let me just where F-56? LMK1 aircraft fuse. I'm just going to lose the window again. Sorry. What mods does that need? Kaizen, there's a part that I don't have apparently. Let's get the P-13 Fork up there. SPH. Okay. Mini Imperator, but not the same performance. If that shows, just click OK. No, that really doesn't want to. That really doesn't want to load it. I had a request to do the X1 Gladius. That is actually an FAS submission, so that'll get plenty of its own screen time. We'll do that in a little bit. But for the moment, if we just. Oh my word. That's... That's... Son of, I'm going to lose the window real quick, Smith. Smoth. No, hell, let's change it to Smoth. That's interesting. How many parts is this? 21. 21 parts. What's my own, and what was the weight on it? 1.352 tons. Sorry, 1.358 tons. Where is my APIS? Because it's 34 parts and it's a little over 7 tons. Ivan Sled flies at 19. I'm ready if the Imperator would show the same error now. Well, I mean, we showed an earlier version of the Imperator on a 500 substream, and it was fine. Missiles can't lock onto you if you don't show up on radar. Good point. I am just so curious about that now, though. Let's go bring that back up. Action groups. Does this have afterburning? It does have afterburning mode, so I'm just going to add that. It does have a certain TIE fighterish quality to it. It really does. Look at it. I'm assuming I'm supposed to ditch the landing skids once it's taken off. Press gear up to toss the sled. Twin engine F-15 project cloned down to 7 tons if I remember correctly. Oh. That's not supposed to happen. Okay. Oh, it's a maneuverable little... Oh! It's a squirrely little sod. It certainly did for the VAB. DRS Gamer, yes, sonosmithgames@gmail.com, that's fine, yeah. Fight it 4v4 against the Apis. We could probably get away with a 4v4. Let's try that again. Brakes aren't going to do anything, are they? I'm just going to gradually throttle this up. It wants to go sideways. It wants to go sideways. I have no idea. I've got no control authority whatsoever at the moment. We're about to ski ramp it. There we go. Gear up to detach that. This is an insane little craft. Just so squirrely in the turn as well. So we've got the single Vulcan there, we've got countermeasures, we've got some sidewinders. Oh, come on. It's almost a little too squirrely in the turn. I want to see if I can... yeah, that's just doing your... No, I think we're just going to have to sort of lump the oversensitivity with the roll. Literally we'll have method drones from Ace Combat. SXT continued. Let's just make sure. The other thing that can sometimes go wrong is if the missiles tend to explode on launch. Nope, that seems to be fine. And now, of course, it's going to be even more manoeuvrable because we got rid of the extra missile weight. Yeah, we're going to fight this against something. Never saw Ace Combat. Me neither, to be honest. Let me just make a note of SXT continued. Fight it against the Cerestes. Let's go back and have a look at the Cerestes, because maybe we can do two birds with one stone. It's come as a game series. It's basically Top Gun crossed with Metal Gear. Sounds interesting. Son of a... Cerastes... KSP2, I'm hoping they're going to improve this interface. This little craft loading thing. What are you? 9 tons, 98 parts. That's an interesting looking one. Is this a VTOL? Oh, I see. That's just intakes. Ah, gotcha. Oh, and this is RCS. I see. Sorry, I'm curious now. We're gonna take this out for a quick spin. Then we're gonna try and get the fork. Gonna do a quick fork against Apis. Abort action group is flares. Okay. Let's get this wet mode and let's get the RCS going. How much mono propellant is on board? Quite a lot. Well, that's certainly different. Oh Christ! Let's see what happens if I just turn the RCS off and we just fly it normally. It doesn't. I can see it's not got a lot of wing area on it. It's not wanting to turn particularly quickly. Yeah. It's an interesting craft, it's an unconventional craft, and I love me an unconventional craft. Yeah, how's that for drifting the turn? Oh! I don't think the fork would do well with AI. You'd be surprised. You have more mono than fuel. It became fetal. Jed, did you miss anything? No, we're just about to look at the world's smallest fighters. Did you miss much? Very little. Quite literally very little. Let's have a look at the fork. The fork, the fork, the fork, the fork, the fork. This is a 21-part fighter. And we are just about to go and try and... you missed the felon getting stomped by the archer. Good point, good point. The archer did sort of, after an unlucky missile kill, did come back and manage to finish off the felon. Look at this thing. Just look at it. Okay. We'll do another, for the sake of brevity. We'll do it. We'll do it two on two again. P13 fork. It doesn't matter really because it's a drone. Flying aircraft. Yeah, I think these would be the ideal craft for a flying aircraft carrier. They're about the right size. Spawn. I'm gonna go for the Apis. I actually do have. I do have the paint job pack installed at the moment, so we could go for an alternate colour. Red or blue, people? Red or blue? I'm gonna have to wait for a second, aren't I? First one gets it. Red it is. What's the name of the mothership from Ace Combat 7 again? The TIE SKX one experiment. Looks like that one. Orange. Yeah, you just Jebediah. Yeah, I will make sure to F5 this one, because I can imagine this is going to be interesting and a bit nerve-wracking taken off. No, actually, what am I talking about? We're going to do 2 of these. So let's just do 1 of each. Jeb in the red, Valentina in the blue. Get you roughly lined up. I'm not going to be as fussy as I am during a ordinary like fighter subscriber episode getting these lined up. That will do. Vessel switcher, I want to put these onto the other team. Right. Quick save. Why weren't you... Oh, it's doing that thing again. Oh, why does this sometimes happen? Oh, it's electric. It's an electric charge issue. Quick cheats. Cheats. Infinite electricity. There we go. That's better. Okay. I am going to stick with the forks to see what happens here. Okay, they lost all their missiles. We're going to try that one again. I'll see if I can do the gear. I'm going to get some sleep. Nice to see you all. Discord coming soon. Someone Smith, message me if you'd like to discuss it. I will do. How do you change the craft's colour? You need a mod called MCPJ, like MC Paint Job Pack or something. It's an old mod. It's an older mod, but it checks out. Yeah, it'll just colour certain parts of the craft one of the preset colours. It doesn't have a decent green, which is one thing that annoys me for some reason. Okay, so the fork, I think if I was to like do the landing gear quite quickly, wait for it to get up to about 60. No, that really didn't work. Landing drop is automatic. Okay, yeah, shouldn't have done that. Okay. Let's try this again. It worked for 1.7.3. Yes, because it's working on this, and this is 1.7.3. So yeah, it'll be fine. It's what I used to do the colours on the Christmas special. Right. One more time. Oh, that's both of them this time. Ah! Should I shut up about my BF109? We'll have a look at it in a bit. There was a call for the X1 Gladius at some point, so I want to have a look at that. I think the Cerastes may require a bit more fine tuning before it's combat ready. I could send the BF109 up against the X1 Gladius. I think that would be an interesting fight. I am going to quick save this whilst everything has the engines turned on, so then when we load it back in I should only need to do this. Come on, you little beauties. I've seen them do it. I've seen them take off and still have missiles. Okay, the next one, if they both get into the air, I'm just fine. A10 dogfight. I'm not sure the A10's really much of a dogfighter. Next time, if they both get into the air, we're just running with it. That is it and all about it. Now let's... because I've seen them do that. Okay, one into the air. Two into the air. I mean, they're ridiculous craft, but you can't help but fall in love with them. They're just... I was looking at my Apis and I was thinking, oh, that's 34 parts. How am I going to top that one, really? You know, how would I possibly drive the part count down any lower and still have a fight-worthy craft? And in comes Legedlack with his 21 1.3 ton craft, just tearing up the place. You gotta come about and try and lay guns onto... Oh, there goes one of the forks. Where did it go? I think... Oh. Low part fighters Need a bit of extra ground clearance, apparently. Try throwing them off the top of the VAB. It was an interesting fight. KSB's about to disappear, sorry about that. BF 109. Yeah, that was it was a very interesting fight. Let's bring this one in here. Let's open with Notepad. And let's just set this back to 1.7.3 so I can actually load the sodding thing. Oh, I can't revert oh, for goodness sake. So we have the BF 109 in. I made a boomerang, it's a bit deprecated. A-10 pilots are the Chuck Norris of the aviation world. That's a hell. It's such an iconic craft. You've got to love it. And the version I made for my Steam Workshop page, I'm really happy with, particularly as it's so stable. Sort of without stability assist on. I just F9'd it and it's really struggling at the moment. There we go. Right, Space Center. I know an A-10 pilot. Just got upgraded. Because reportedly, you know, the F-35 being partially a ground attack craft, one of its things was to act as a... reportedly to replace the A-10's capabilities. And I'm just looking at that thinking, really? Sounds like an A-10 at an air-to-air loadout of weapons. Ah. Oh. F-35 bad. I'm sure they'll iron the kinks out of it. So where are we? Is it the BF 109S? Okay. Looking good. Tornado engine. Let's take a quick peek at the old. Should be quite manoeuvrable. What's its weaponry? Oh, I can see. Yeah, it's got the. It's got some machine guns there. Let's go give this a test fly. Yeah, I've accumulated quite a lot with the moment. I live next to a USAF airbase. Let's get this one going. Seeing a couple of F-22 Raptors fly past. That's pretty nice. So we need to really worry about AA. Check out procedural wings. Tail's lifting off the ground slightly. What's the speed doing? We're up to 70. There we go. It's a pretty nice craft. Let's see if we can cause some damage. Can I get that fuel tank there? Yes! The tail is maybe a bit weird. Let's revert this to launch. I'm fascinated because you did say let's put it up against a modern craft. So let's go for the XF1 Gladiator. Stick that up against a couple of these. Gladius, yes, sorry, Gladius. Spawn vessel. Let's go BF109. Put it to salvo instead of RPM. Are we talking the guns? Salvo just makes the guns overheat faster. Well, we'll give this a try first of all. Let's spawn in. Let's see what the Gladius looks like. X1 Gladius. Richmond Kerman. Oh, I like this. Oop, wrong way. I like that. So that's a nice looking craft. That is a beauty. I sent P32 for prop fight with BF109. Yeah, but we're doing this first, of course, because this is just going to be ridiculous. Oh, and it's a drone, of course, so we don't need to worry about that. BF109, 250 subscribers. That's. I think my most popular thing on the Steam Workshop has 20, and that's my little land speeder. Okay, so maybe not the fairest fight we've ever conducted. Let's quick save this. Are we already, boys and girls? No headphones. Ooh. Bad news. Let's get this one going. Because that's the big thing with Fire Speeder, is these engines don't tend to throttle with the AI, but these seem to be doing a pretty decent job. And the Gladiuses are already 2 kilometers away. Oh, but they're in the air. Killer route for the LM once in a testing, so who knows. Excellent point velocity. It could just be so competition starting, good luck. I think the 109s are going to need a bit more than luck. Oh, they don't have any countermeasures, do they? Oh, this is going to be short. Ouch. Oh dear. Let's see if we can get them some more suitable opponents. I do want to take a closer look at those gladiuses, because those look like some interesting craft. Again, an interesting fight. Can't take that away from them. They lasted longer than I expected. Fair point. What I want to do though is I'm going to before we cart them off, I want to take one of these for a bit of a test flight. Why are you wobbling? Because these look interesting. Oh yeah, these have got a bit of manoeuvrability to them. I mean, my God, they can't retain their speed for toffee, but that is impressive. That genuinely is impressive. Holy hell. Not quite what I was meaning to do, but there you go. Let's reload that. Imperators are shaking. I think the Imperators are basically that, but with two engines. And so I think the Imperators should be okay. But that is a manoeuvrable craft. It loses a hell of a lot of speed in the turn, but I think that's going to be one of those craft where if it gets up close and personal to you, you don't stand much of a chance. But I think the Imperators are probably going to do better on sort of closing that distance. Right, let's mail. We're going to lose KSP for a second there. P-32 prop fighter. Let's open up spaceplane hangar. Get you across there. Open with again notepad. Version 1.3. Oh, that's going to be fine then. Let's recover this vessel. as tight as that, but it's not great in combat. X3B2 has lower thrust. Archers are cowering in corner. When craft like that is, you lose speed and energy, then you eat a missile. Yeah, that's happened. That happened during the last season of Fighter Subscriber a fair bit. You're not sure if it's the correct file. Let me just what did I down? It was a .craft file. We'll soon find out. I mean, it is a beautiful little rendition. Of that kind of craft. Anyway, let's have a look at the P-32. Contains locked or invalid parts. Are you not going to let me spawn this? SXT wingtip, yeah, needs the other mod parts. You know what I'm going to do? We are going to have these fight each other. SXT has good props, that's why. I'll have to look into that. I will have to look into that. I made a note of it so we can sort that out. Yeah, I didn't alter I didn't alter the distance. So this might take us a while to get to the 8 kilometers. Oh, saying that, they're at 5 already. Oh no, you're doing that thing again. Where they don't actually get to distance. No, this should... Okay, that's looking a bit better. There we go. Valentina Kerman opting for the low approach. Opting for the very low approach. Ah, that was going to get me going for a second. Gemini are just flying straight on in. Missiles. Cue Dunkirk music. I still haven't seen that. It's a joust. Kerbal looks like he reacted quickest. I'll be able to get guns onto Valentina's craft. Valentina manages to swerve to avoid. We could be here a little while. Come on, Jebediah. Ooh, this is a better opportunity. Can't quite turn around quickly enough, though. Tries to reacquire. This will be a long battle. Stuga Sirens, those would be interesting. Because it became such an iconic, like, bombing noise, but it was just these things they added solely for the purpose of instilling fear into the people they were bombing. It's just a fascinating bit of psychological warfare. Oh. Valentina, I don't think you're gonna. Do these have a minimum altitude setting? Where's the AI? Because they seem to be breaking off. Did you do min altitude 500? Yeah. You know, the moment they get up to 500, you know, they break off, and that's what's stopping a lot of the fights here. So yeah, they'll get above 500, start turning, and then drop below 500, and suddenly stop turning just to gain altitude. Gunfire coming in. Let's make this more interesting. Where's Jeb's craft gone? What are you doing? Oh, I think I might have overcooked it. Oh, no, not quite. It's an aviator iron arsenal. Oh, they do actually have one. Hang on, what happened there? Oh, they're out of fuel. And I think Jebediah is probably going to win by default, because I think Valentina is going into the sea first. Oh, no, I think Jeb's fluffed that a little bit. I mean, the BF1 and I just better for a fight. Doesn't matter, it's not accurate historical. Goes the landing gear. The traditional optimistic deployment of the landing gear. Valentina is the first. None of them broke anything. Neither of them broke anything. Strap some SRBs to it. Just 2 World War II craft with an SRB strapped to the back. Oh, I like that as an image. It is a good glider. It's a phenomenal glider. I was very impressed. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to the Space Center. Um, right, I think I'm going to be going for about 10 more minutes, guys, just to round this off to about 2 hours. Because I think that's probably about right. I say Gladius versus Imperator. Any objections? Right. Winner fights Archer. I don't want to give too much away before the actual fighter subscriber starts. So I don't want to focus too much, or actually sort of preempt it by doing this sort of any kind of fights like that. But no, the archer is looking pretty good. I'll try to give him F15, F14, and SU-27. There are restrictions on the NMB cockpits, by the way, in case you were going to be using those. Let's see. Yes, you are... What am I doing? Move vessel. Get you over here. Mind you, it won't be the most up-to-date Imperator I'll be using. It'll still be the version we saw last time, so... Be interesting to see. What about Discord server? Tuna Moose, I think... there was an offer to maybe set up a Discord server, but I think he's busy now. I think I got that right, Tuna Moose. It's doesn't have the spare time he had when he made the offer, so I think Ghost is going to see if he can sort something out. If it's X1, then our rip X1. Well, we got to save something. We got to save some element of surprise for the actual competition itself. I'll go and grab the latest version. Okay, so we should have the X3B2, assuming it'll spawn. F55 X. Oh, let's just go back to I got the live stream window there. I don't think it's specifically a one-man project. I mean, if you want to get in touch with Ghost somehow, and if you want to muck in as well, then that's going to be fine. For those of you who weren't here earlier, I was just mentioning about sort of lack of uploads recently. It's been a busy time for me, a really busy time, and there's some. I have some news which I will share with you in the not too distant future. But generally speaking, there is a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm hoping to get to some slightly more regular uploads before too long. Part 32 of The Journey Continues is in the works. And that should hopefully not be too long, and then hopefully get that cranked out every Saturday until it's finished. once I've got it sort of back up and running again. And then yeah, we're pretty much into season 3 of Find a Subscriber. I think he did it earlier. I think Ghost is gone now. I think it was what was it? I think it was we're not quite at Jewel yet, unfortunately. I think that was it. Yeah, just posted that in the comments. So, okay, this is going to have to be the last bit of action for this live stream. Let's watch the Gladiuses take off, I think, this time. Are we sitting comfortably, boys and girls? Then I'll begin. Take off at roughly the same time. I think the Imperators might have got there first. Because both of these are these like super maneuverable craft. I don't know if they actually are super maneuverable. I mean, like, they're super maneuverable, not necessarily super maneuverable. But we'll have to see how they get on. The Gladiuses turn and get their didn't even get their missiles away before they are having to put countermeasures. These Imperators, yeah. Jebediah and Valentina, I think, are going to be able to get their second body away in relative comfort, closing the distance really quickly now. Oh, one of the Gladiuses taken out by a missile. Oh, was that? That's another missile. Yeah, it looks like what we were saying earlier about the Gladiuses, just the one engine and losing a lot of speed and energy, leading to them just eating missiles. I think, well, that's exactly what happened pretty much. It's be interesting to see what happens in a 3v3, because I find those tend to be a bit more unpredictable, which is why I sort of prefer them to the 2v2s. You do tend to end up with a bit more up close fighting. I mean, they were both hell of a craft. The Imperator, though, I think just with the two engines gives it that little bit of extra something. Some interesting design features on here. I do like it. You have to know that Archer was inspired by Kaiser. Ah. X3B2 is focused on anti-missile combat. Fair enough. Archer is a back-facing tank destroyer which on PRS 1035. Fight the Archer with it. Do we want to see the Archer against the Imperator? One last fight. I'll stretch it to one more fight. More. Okay. I'll have a shift eat once we're finished doing this, dear. Sounds like you're my wife or something. I'll have a look after this, dear. We'll do a 2v2 on this as well. Okay, I'll use the X1. We'll keep some mystery and suspense. And then we're going to want to grab the F55. Imperator. It's less parts, so that'll be handy for the fight anyway. Get these roughly lined up. I think the one you're on right now. I don't think I had the I didn't have any of the other versions in my game directory. I think I only had the X, and I haven't got any of the others into the game directory yet. So we've just got the X and the X3B2. So we'll go with the X. We're running over as it is. We might save that. There'll be other streams. There'll be other streams. We'll be like, as I said, I want to get these going more regularly so that, you know, the sort of foundation for when we do the when we get the FIDA subscriber season 3 preliminaries underway. Okay, everybody, we ready for this? One final time. Let's get rid of the vessel mover. Once I've finished, the journey continues. Hopefully, as I said, I should be able to get things out more regularly now. Fingers crossed, at least. So I'm going to try and churn through, try and get back to the journey continues every Saturday, and hopefully something else during the week. And once the journey continues out the way, then we'll be pretty much straight into Fighter Subscriber. And like Saturday, I'll do a live stream, like 4 or 5 craft, and we'll go through them and we'll fight them against probably my cyclones and the ones that I think probably will do best in the competition will then go through to the competition proper. So anyway, let's get this underway. Bit of game lag going on. Not too bad at the moment though. Be interesting if these two actually do get into a 3v3 together, because the oh god, the frame rate's going to be horrific. Those archers are, well, yeah, it's 3 Saturn engines. I think, because I think Season 3 is going to be much the same rules as Season 2, and I think if I do a Season 4, I think there's going to be some pretty major updates on the rules. So the Imperators have got their missiles away, looks like the archers have done likewise, and everybody starts to break low. The archers with their turn of speed, yeah, should be able to dodge those relatively easily. Ooh, that was close! And the game stalled for a moment there. I thought something had blown up, but no, it doesn't look like it. Still missiles going back and forth. Down to about 4 kilometres. One of the Imperators and one of the archers getting quite close there though. Valentina Kerbal, no, not trying to engage straight away at the moment. Still got missiles incoming! And that is not good. Ah, that is not good news for Valentina. That sort of thing could really put a dent in your weekend. Jebediah trying to get some quick revenge though. But it's definitely a 2-on-2 here at the moment. Sorry, 2-on-1. It's not like with some of the other craft where one craft has like a moment to, like a minute or so just to try and get a bit of quick revenge kill. No, because these craft, they're just straight back up and at you. Although this could prove, this might prove profitable. I was going for the missile, but had to break off. Now has guns incoming. Oh, that gunfire is getting very close. Gets scorched, loses a little bit of something, I'm not sure what it was. Breaking really low, up to 400 meters per second at one point. Turning about, trying to acquire a target. The archer's not given up yet though. Oh, that's just mean. Is that the other X? Valentina made it out alive. I think we may have to EVA, Jeb, EVA. Why can't I click on you? Deploy shoot. There we go. So the archers win this one. Oh, they're coming in for no, I think they're fine. Wait a second, how do I get back to Jeb? There we go. Maybe not get too close to Valentina, because she seems to be attracting a little bit of unwanted attention at the moment. Let's bleed off a bit of speed. He's alright, folks. Oh, which is probably more than can be said for this Imperator at the moment. Archer's really good boons who claim that it can't fight at speed. FPS is going to be interesting. Oh god, yes. The guy can't try not to gimbal on the intros. I noticed they boost performance when you stop gimbaling. How many of these archers are really mean? Yeah, I think we're just going to switch teams. So there's some pretty impressive craft, Dunamoose. I mean, it wasn't the final version of the Imperators they were up against, but Nick's just had too high of steer KI. Okay. I'm back. What did I miss? I think basically a dogfight between two of the real frontrunners for the next season of Fighter Subscriber. It was. I mean, that was pretty cool. That was pretty stunning. Yeah, as you say, Kaizen, the Imperator, the X version, does seem to have a little bit of a missile vulnerability. Italy time. Not sure I get the reference. Anyway, I think I will leave that there for today. All 2 reference. Oh, I see. Okay. X3B2 does not really have to worry about missiles. Okay, well, yeah. So it's going to be a very interesting Fighter Subscriber, Season 3 of Fighter Subscriber. Anyway, I need to knock this on the head now. They switched teams when the Germans were losing. Ah, I see. Gotcha. Right, okay. So that will be all for today. We'll just leave that there. Thank you very much for coming along. Thank you very much for your likes, especially. They really do help the stream, help the channel. Make a small plane be immune to radar if they can get off the ground with their missiles intact. I haven't seen Joshua Platts on this one. I'll let him know. I'll point in the direction of the stream. Thank you very much for all your feedback on that. Thank you very much to everybody who sent a craft. If I didn't get round to it, I'm incredibly sorry. Send me an email and I'll see if we can get that sorted. I'm going to try and get another stream out next week. I'm not sure about next week. We've got something going on Sunday. I'm not sure. I should be all right. Don't quote me on it. Pencil it in. We'll see what we can do next Saturday. Yeah, thanks for coming on. Thanks for all the likes, and I'll see you soon. But for now, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.